Hey everyone, this is alexusadays, and I got my book, Navigating Testing and Quality Assurance. Now the book size, it's like a pocket, kind of a small book, 65 pages. But when I received it yesterday, I realized that I messed up a little bit. So even though I'm happy with the content and everything inside the book is, I think it's pretty fresh to what is going on in the QA industry. But if I look at the text came out too small, and then some of the pages, so chapter, at some cases they start like on the right side of the book on the pages, and then in some cases they start on the left side. So it just kind of, oh my god, I don't want it to be like this. So I went and did some reformatting for a couple hours last night. um, Essentially I increased text, I think it was 11 size to like 14. So I have a little bit more of pages now into the book with the same content. It's now up to around 95 pages from 65, something like that. And I did a little bit of formatting to make sure that chapters are always on the right side. So this is my like first serious professional book, even though it is small. Before that, about 5, 6 years ago, I was creating different cartoons based on Big Bad Wolf story, and I created a bunch of books, like around 6, 7, or 8 books, like with scholar pages. It's small books, like comics, kind of a thing for kids, with different spin-ups of Big Bad Wolf. So kids' books were a little bit easier because I mean it's just some text and image. In terms of formatting an adult book was a little bit harder because even though it looked good in the Word file, when I rendered it, I looked through it and I thought everything was all right, but when the print came out, it looks a little bit different. So the text is a little bit too small for the size of the book. It's 8 by 5, and the chapters starting on the left or on the right side of a book is just kind of, I don't know. It's doesn't look that great. Okay, so I edited it last night. I also understand in the size of the book, I dropped the price to 15.99. I think it's a good introduction to the industry. It's a good kind of, if it even a little bit of a roadmap how to get started, right? Content wise, I'm pretty happy. The formatting is pending, so when I'll receive a new format, I'm gonna look at it. But I looked through yesterday on the rendering. I think now it is what I want it to be. Even this is still available in this format, so this is like the first edition, I guess, or the first tryout of in this format for this book. But content wise, so in this book there are 7 chapters. Everything starts with the basis of testing. So it is explained what testing is, how testing is different in different industries, and the importance of testing. Chapter 2 is all about becoming a tester. So how does one become a tester? What waits you in the future and the profession of a testing? So how to become a tester, then current trends in QA and development, and then becoming a great tester, like what kind of qualities you want to develop to be a great tester. Chapter 3 is about software development lifecycle and methodologies. Uh, in general, that's more of an introduction because there are so many different topics and books already about different methodologies and approach to development and testing. I just mentioned a couple. But you can see I also added like reality of methodologies, like how it's really happening in each industry, in each job, and something that you see in theory is not going to be the case when you start working. Chapter 4 is types of testing, and I talk about different types of testing. This is also more of introduction because there's so many different types that you can search on. But as you start working, you will realize like you're going to be doing only a handful of them. Chapter 5 is about bugs. What is a bug? Bug life cycle, and something that you don't see much or talk much about, but it's always a question how and what do we do to track bugs and report on them and see overall progress of our bug resolution. So I added some metrics in there. Chapter 6 is the reality of testing. So in this chapter, I just wanted to talk about some things that always are out there and people talk about. Some are within the industry, some are like around the kind of QA, but the concept, like everyone talks, so let's automate everything, right? The problem that there's actually lack of documentation, the problem of dev QA and developers testing. So those things, I think it's really important to understand the talk that's happening in trends, and how do you fit in and what do you do with them, right? And then chapter 7 would be job search and career growth, where I talk about how do you look for a job, how to be successful as a Q engineer once you get started, what things you can do to stay up to date with the market and trends, stuff like that. And then just a conclusion. So, um, on one hand, it is fairly short, so small book that has, was a new text font size, 100 pages, right? Not a lot. But on the other hand, if you never ever did any testing and you're considering getting into the industry and you want to have an overall picture, how everything is, what to expect, how to become a tester, I think it's a very useful starting kind of book, starting guide. When you read this, I think you will understand, okay, what testing is, why it is important, and what things are out there once you get into the profession, and how to get into the profession. So, it's like maybe a pocketbook, I don't know, but it's a small entry kind of a book that describes everything you probably want to know when you get started, and maybe even some advanced stuff. Some of the concepts here, I mean, they're a little bit more advanced. So, but if you already work as a tester, I think that could be a good refresher, right? Or a new perspective on things that you do. So yeah, the book is here, Navigating Testing and Quality Assurance. The format is being updated, so it's going to be live tonight. I already uploaded everything. So with the new format, it's going to have a little bit more pages to it, a little bit larger text, and yeah, proper placement of starting of every new chapter. If you buy the book, right? And also there is a Kindle version. With Kindle Unlimited, it's actually free. So the Kindle version itself is like five something, 5.99. This is a print version of. This will be 15.99. And then there's a hard copy version that is like 25.99 because the print cost of the hard copy is more. That's why the book costs more and like more of a premium quality of a book. But anyway, you can get it for free with Kindle Unlimited, or for a lot less if you just go with Kindle version. But if you do get the book, and if you do get the paperback version, like I recommend just the paperback because I started formatting with the paperback. Like that is the format, and the new updated one will be exactly what I want it to be. Um, if you get the book, read it. Let me know. You can put it in the video in the comments, or preferably on Amazon, leave a review for the book itself. I'll have the link in the description. And tell me, like, what you liked, what you didn't like, what things I can add. I mean, if we'll have a conversation around this and you'll provide some feedback, what do you want me to add? I'll add it. I'll have a new edition of the book with more content. What interests you, right? Based on your feedback. So this was Alex USA Days. Thank you for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and bye bye.